Good morning, everybody. It's Dave here. Welcome to Holiday for Two. Well, today I'm going to be talking about tire pressure monitoring systems, otherwise known as TPMS. If you're like me and you have an RV that doesn't have a factory installed tire pressure monitoring system, then I'm going to talk about a product that you might be interested in. If you like this video and you find it helpful, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell as I go through and explain this new product from Haloview, a tire pressure monitoring system that's an aftermarket product that you can install on your RV. And I'll talk about it in just a minute. So let's go.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
All right, so just to let you know right off the bat, this was sent to me by Haloview to try out, test, and review for you. They have different configurations. This one is a BT7 TPMS, Tire Pressure Monitoring System. And I'm going to open it up and show you what's in this. Now, this one also comes with something that I don't really need right now, but maybe in the future I may install it because it looks really cool. This particular unit that they sell also comes with a camera that will let you see a backup camera that you can install on your RV. Now, I already have a backup camera, but this one's really cool because this one you can put an SD card in and record whatever's behind you while you're traveling. So that is kind of cool because the one I have built into my RV, 4500 van, it has a backup camera right in the dash. But it doesn't have the ability to record, and it doesn't have an ability to get the quality that this camera does. So I'm really kind of interested to try this out later. I may do a separate video on putting in the camera. But you can also order these with just the monitors or the sensors for your tires. This particular unit comes with 6 sensors, but it is expandable. So you can add more sensors after you purchase the initial product. So I'm going to open this up and show you everything that's in it. I kind of have an idea what's going to be in it, but I want to make sure it's got everything in it that we need to install it in our RV. All right, let's see what we got in here. Well, you've got your user manual. I'll show you that right there. So this is a booklet. This kind of shows you how to install everything. Lots of instructions, so I'm going to probably spend some time just looking over this book. But let me talk a little bit about, while I'm opening this up, why I think this is important. If you have an RV like I do, a Class C, you probably have an F450 or an F350, or you may have the Chevy 4500 van front. Those do not come with a factory installed tire pressure monitoring system, which I think is silly. I think that they should have those factory installed when you buy them, right? Because it is so crucial to know what your tire pressures are, especially when you have 4 on the back and 2 on the front. Those dualies are just, I have so many problems in the past with dualies. It's not with the tire pressure systems that I've used, because I have used another one called Easy Tire. But I had some problems not with the system that I installed, but with my tires that kind of killed some of the sensors. But I'll get to that in just a minute. That's another story, as they say. So you come with your monitor. This is the Haloview monitor. This is going to be installed. There's a suction cup mounts that you can put on your dash, or you can attach the suction cups to the window so you can have this right with you when you're driving. You can have the monitor right in front of you so you can see what the tire pressures are. As well as later on when you add the backup camera, you can see what the backup camera is doing. And I believe somewhere on this is an SD card slot. On the back of this right here is a little slot where you can put the SD card for the backup camera. So let me put that right over there. This is the backup camera that you can mount on the exterior of your motorhome. The only thing about this that I've learned is you have to be able to tap into a 12-volt power source. And so there are a couple of different options. Now, my camera that's on my motorhome right now is built in. There's a little strip at the top of the RV in the back that has a light built in, but it also has the camera built in. So in order for me to tap into that, I may have to unscrew everything and remove that camera and tap into the power source for this camera. I don't want to do that right now. I may at a later time, but I don't want to take out my camera that's already in my motorhome. I hope that makes sense. But I might want to tap in with a different power source, so you can run a separate 12-volt line to this from somewhere in your motorhome, from another light. But they also do make a battery pack that you can get that runs for about 15, 16 hours. It's rechargeable and attaches to the wiring on this and hooks up along with the camera. So you can pull it down, recharge it, put it back up, turn it on, and the camera will run for you while you're driving. Then you just turn it off, recharge it, or let it turn it back on the next day you travel. But it will run for about 15 hours. So I may go with that option at a later time, so I don't have to take anything out that's already built into my motorhome. So I'm going to set this camera off to the side. But like I said, if you do put this on, there is a way to record your footage on the monitor, which is really cool because you can't do that right now. I can't do that on the one I have built into my motorhome. Here are some mounts that are inside the package. You have a couple different suction cup mounts. Let me take them out. Looks like you have one here with some 3M tape that's permanent. So you peel this off and then stick it on the window. And then that's a permanent mount. And this is for the camera. So once you put this somewhere on your motorhome, it's going to stay there. If you don't want it to be permanent, then they also include a suction cup mount. So this is the one I may use when I install this in a little bit and try it out on my RV and show you how it works. Later on, after I get everything out of here, I'll take it to the RV and I'll install it and show you how basically it works. It's not going to take a lot. You have to have a USB or a 12-volt power source for your camera, and I have that right in my dashboard of my RV. This is the signal booster, which really is kind of nice because the other system that I used before this a few years ago, the Easy Tire system, didn't have a signal booster. I could have gotten it, but this one includes it. So that's really nice. If you have a long RV that's 25, 30 feet long and you're getting a bad signal from the camera and the tire pressure monitors, the sensors, then you want to attach the booster. And this one also has to be tapped into a 12-volt power source. Those of you who have installed things in your RV as aftermarket devices, you'll know what I'm talking about. Here's another signal booster. Wow, that's really cool. They've got two of these. So that's really nice. And then also here at the end are your 6 tire sensors. I think there's a little bit of an easier system now to get these registered, but you have 6 tire sensors. These tire sensors, once you get them logged into your unit, then you put them on the tires, like the front left, front right, then your 4 dualies in the back. You're going to attach the sensor to the valve stem. You're going to screw it on the valve stem of your tire and leave it. I'll show you. It looks like it's built pretty solid, so that's really good. Is there anything else that's in here? Oh, yes, there is. Let's go through it. 12-volt cigarette lighter. This is for your 12-volt DC plug in your RV. This runs to the unit right here. So this is going to plug into your dashboard on the 12-volt, and then this is going to plug into the port right there on the side of the monitor. There's a little 12-volt plug. So you want to make sure wherever you mount this on your dashboard that this will be able to reach your camera. If you mount this up high enough, you're going to want to run the wire so that it plugs into it. There's some, looks like some hardware here so you can attach the boosters if you need them. So I'm going to put these right, I don't want to lose anything, so I'm going to make sure, keep all this together. Some screws to mount the boosters. Some batteries. These are CR1632 batteries. These batteries are for the tire sensors. That's probably correct, right? Probably a good assumption. And then there's some other hardware. Zip ties. I'm not quite sure what those are for, but after I read the instruction manual, I will probably find out. This looks like some mounting gear for the camera in the back. There's a plate. You can attach this plate. Now, my guess is this is like to kind of weatherproof it from behind. A USB power cord. It's the large USB, USB-A, I guess they call it, and then USB-C. So it looks like you can use either use the cigarette lighter. I call this the cigarette lighter, but it's a 12-volt DC plug, which has the plug right there. Or you can use the USB. Either one will work. And what else do we have? This looks like something that you can plug the camera into on the back, and then you can attach these to a 12-volt power source. Yes. There's a attachment on the back of the camera, and then this goes in and plugs in. Then you can attach this to a 12-volt power source. So once you get this mounted, you're going to use this to run to your power source. But I would do this one first, mount this up, and then attach them. You've got some antennas for the monitor. These little antennas go on the top here. They just screw in. These antennas are important for the monitor, so the monitor can pick up the signal from the tire pressure sensors, as well as the camera. Yep, there it is. Here's another antenna for the camera right here. So this antenna is going to screw into the camera. This way the signal from the camera will go to the monitor inside your motorhome. That's where the boosters might come in handy. I can see that. If your RV is really long, you're going to probably need a signal booster somewhere, because you figure the pickup truck's probably 23 feet long, 22 feet long, and some of those toy haulers can be 30 feet long. You're talking about at least 50 feet, right? So you may have a problem getting a signal to the camera and the monitor without using a booster. You may have a problem. So that's why the boosters can be very handy. You got all kinds of stuff in here. What else do you have in here? Some little wipes for your camera. Boy, they think of everything, don't they? That's it. A lot of stuff it comes in the box, so I'm going to make sure I put everything back in the box because I'm going to need it to install it. And we're going to go into the motorhome in a minute, and then I'm going to show you how I install this on the dash and put a couple of sensors on. My other tire pressure system that I had, I put these on with valve extensions. The one I had about 3 years ago. My tip for you is do not put these on your dually tires with valve extensions. I learned it the hard way. I had my old system hooked up and I had valve extensions on my dualies, and I had all kinds of problems with the valve extensions, and then it ended up losing my sensors. My valve extensions on the inside tires of my dualies came loose. They were supposed to be secured and screwed on to the hubs and everything. No, they came loose on a trip, and I lost the valve extensions, and I lost the sensor, and then I lost pressure on the tires because it tore off the valve on my tire. Yeah, bad stuff. So I don't even mess with extensions on my dualies anymore. If I'm going to put these on, I'm just going to put these right on the tire. Don't put any valve extensions. It is a pain in the patootie. It's a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. And luckily, it was on the back, not on the front. I never had problems with the front. It was always the back dually tires where I had problems with the valve extensions. Take this out to the motorhome and I'll install this and show you how easy it is to get this put in. So first thing I'm going to show you how to do, just put your battery on your sensor like this. This is going to be the plus side up, and then screw this on top. Let me do another one to show you. Here's the tire sensor. Unscrew it, and you'll see that it needs a battery. You want to look for your battery where it says plus on the top, which is usually the shiny side. This is the bottom side. This is the, these are so small, I'm trying to hold them there. And this is the shiny side, so it has the plus sign, and you just slide it right in there. like that. Let me show you what the monitor looks like when it turns on. I have a little power station here I'm plugged into. So we're going to go outside and we're going to, see, this is nice. My other screen didn't do this. It's a tap screen. You're going to go to the tire pressure monitoring system, and then we're going to tap where I put the tire, and then it's going to auto learn. So let's go outside and try that with the auto learn function. So here we go. All right, first thing you're going to want to probably do is take off your hubcaps. There's not really a lot of room there to put it on. You could do that. Just to be safe, I like to take these off so I can kind of get to, there's my valve stem. So I'm going to put the sensor. This is the new sensor. So I'm going to put it on there and just keep screwing it tightly. You want to screw it tight so you don't hear any air hissing. So I'm going to turn on my monitor. So I hit auto learn. I screwed the sensor on and it picked it right up. DDO8A71 is the ID that's on the sensor itself. So you don't have to mess around with typing anything in. Just put the battery in, screw the top down, then install the sensor on the tire while you have this on auto learn, and it will automatically pick up the sensor and detect it. So now here's my this tells me my tire pressure. It's already set up on the unit to detect the pressure over 73, which would be high, or 51, which would be low. So it's 60 pounds right now is what the tire's set at. So there's the tire I just installed, sensor. It automatically detected the ID of the tire, the sensor. Now I'll go around and do the other tire, and then I'll have two of them on there. But that's how easy it is to install these. All right, we're back inside, and I was out installing the sensors on my front two tires and getting them logged into the unit here, the monitor unit. But I did discover I had a few issues with getting the sensors to register on the receiver unit. And so I'll share with you some of the issues that I had and how I fixed them. First issue was make sure that when you put the battery in your sensor, make sure you have the battery with the positive side up. I had to take the battery out and slide it in again on one of the sensors, and after that it worked fine. So I got both sensors working now. The other issue was the code. There's a code on the top of the sensor. There's 6 letters and numbers that you can type in to the receiver unit. You can either tap in auto learn or manual ID. If you type in auto learn, it will pick this up, but won't pick this up until you screw this on the tire. I had a problem with it not picking up, well, because it needs to be on the tire. So as soon as you hit auto learn, tap on auto learn, and then it says waiting here. So screw this on the tire and make sure you screw it on quickly so you don't lose a lot of air on your tire. The other option I used was manual ID. I typed in the letters and numbers, and where it says manual ID, type in right there. You can type in the 6 letters and numbers that are on the top of the sensor, and I have those in there for my third sensor. This is the third sensor that I'm going to put on the back tires. I'm not going to be able to get the inside dualies done yet. I'm just going to put the 2 sensors on the 2 outside tires of the dualies. Getting inside those dualies is a little tricky, so I won't do that right away. The reason is, if you have dualies, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to get inside and get those sensors put on the valve stems because they're kind of, it's just weird. So the best time to put these on may be when you take your tires into a tire shop and have them rotate your tires, or have them check the air on for you. They can probably put these on then for you at that time. The other thing I decided to do after I started getting everything in, I'm going to go in just a minute. I'm going to mount this up and put this on my dashboard next to my rear view mirror, because I don't use my rear view mirror anyway. There's a mounting bracket I'm going to put and attach, and this slides onto the back of the monitor unit, just like that. So I'm going to go out in just a minute and I'm going to install all this just to give it a test run and see how it works and show you. So I'm going to pack all this up, take it outside. Let's go. All right. Hey, everybody. Back again. Now I'm inside the RV. And you can see I've got my front 2 tires here. Front 60 pounds, 59 pounds pressure. Temperature 46 and 50. I haven't installed the other sensors for the back of the motorhome yet, but I will do that shortly. The only thing was I was hoping that this would fit up a little higher so it would be above the rear view mirror right here. But the suction cup mount won't stick to this, whatever this film is up here above my rear view mirror. So I may just live with this for a little while. I have a feeling that the only way I could get it to stick up there would be to use the 3M permanent stuff to put it right up in there. So basically all this is a suction cup back here. Once you release that suction. See, what I wanted to do was put this up here higher. I don't think that's going to work though. This suction cup won't stick to that film right there. Like that. See, that's kind of what I wanted. Something like that. See, it won't stick. The moment I apply suction, it just comes right off that. Whatever this film is, it won't stick to that. So the only way I could get that to stick up there like that is to use the 3M tape, or I'd have to remove the whole rear view mirror, and I don't want to do that. Now right now I have this wired in to my on my dashboard. It has a cigarette lighter adapter that plugs into the dashboard. It does take a couple minutes for the sensors to register on the unit itself. It'll cycle through everything, and so it took about 2 minutes or 3 minutes for all the sensors to get registered right in there. So I have PSI and Celsius, but I don't want Celsius, I want Fahrenheit. Come on, there we go. So I'm just going to leave it that way. So I think it's really kind of cool. My dashboard camera that I have built in down here. Let me show you. This is my dash camera that I have on my RV right here. But this one doesn't have any way to record on a SD card whatever I see in the camera. Besides, the quality of the camera is not as good as the quality of this camera. This is a really good picture. So once I get this installed, I'll come back and show you what that looks like later on. But I just want to show you. There it goes. So 59, 55. Now the reason this one's 55 degrees and this one's 46 degrees is because the sun is on that side. So the sun is warming that tire up a little bit. Well, I hope this helps you. I think this is going to be great. I'm going to finish getting all my sensors. I'm going to do 2 more sensors, and then I'm going to go back and wire up my camera and do all that. And I'll come back and do another video and show you what it all looks like when I have it all put in. But I'm really excited about this. I think this will work out really great. So everybody, I hope you found this helpful. I'm excited to try this out on our next trip, along with the camera. I want to hook up the camera before we take a trip next time. So have a great day, everybody. Safe travels wherever you're going. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and ring the bell. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you later. Bye.